is my last ride for the day. I mean, this is the Tracer, the Yamaha Tracer. I love this engine. I love the way this sounds. This is just a completely, it's got electronic suspension. Look, the dash is so creative. Such a creative use of the dash. I've never seen anything like it. And it's like the Tiger, but much more refined. But of course, this is a sport touring machine, 17-inch wheels, both front and rear. It looks great in the red color. And you have two digital dashes. Look how good this sounds. Oh man, I love the sound of this thing. This is an incredible machine. I love this thing. This is a beast. Adjustable windscreen, shifts like so smooth. What a smooth bike. This is an amazing bike. So the dial for the menu is on the left. It's like just a wheel, and much better than the system that they are having for a lot of bikes. I was very surprised. You know, the dash on this is really creative. So you have your speedo, your tach on the left, and you have your gear indicator. You have your electronic suspension dials on the left, along with the lever here on my right index finger that adjusts the electronic suspension on the left. And of course you have a bunch of other controls, which is here, which are power modes, I believe. Wind protection is really good. And this is a much more modern screen. I have my visor up. This is, yeah, I'm surprised about this bike because I don't hear too much talk about it, but it's brilliant. I like how refined it is. I mean, this engine, the way it sounds. This is a great sounding engine. There goes a Harley. Yeah, even though it's wearing an ADV's bike's clothes, this bike is not an ADV bike. This is a very refined sport touring machine with bags that are integrated. So when something is integrated like this, it simply makes a lot of sense for commuters. I mean, this is what you want in a commuter. Lots of bikes coming in. No, I don't even know if I can switch modes. I'm on 5th gear and this thing's got plenty of pull. There's not wanting for anything more on this bike. It just simply has got tons of power. And the motor is just fantastic. Yeah, I like this motor much more than Triumph. So on the right side you have your temperature outside, you have miles per gallon, you have the fuel consumption currently, you have the odometer, 1,500 miles. It's a new bike and shifts like just so smooth. Such a smooth bike. Now, I don't know how to really adjust using the dial on this right side. All right, we are turning right here. That's the FJR in front of me, or two bikes in front. Man, I really wish these guys would speed up a little bit more. Just listen to that engine. That's a very refined engine. The suspension is amazing. I don't know how it's doing it. You know, the downside is that this is a chain drive, but beggars can't be choosers. This is an almost perfect sport touring machine for me. If you were to ask me, would you want an FJR 1300 or this, I would take this every time. It's so much more exciting, so much more fun and fluid. And it's like, it kind of whips around very easily. And it's got bags, so it's like, why would I want an FJR? Oh my god, this guy's going slow. I would really like to give it some gas, but this is a very refined machine. It seems like it could be a hooligan machine. I believe this is the same engine that they have on a lot of the other bikes, like the FJ09, MT09. It's an incredible machine. It's an incredible engine. The wind doesn't buffet me at all. Like, I can actually see the wind. Like, standing up, not exactly a great position. When you stand up on the Super Tenere and the Tenere, I think more so the Tenere 700, it feels like a very easy bike to stand up. But unfortunately, on this, because it is a sport touring machine, it just doesn't have that. But it is beautiful to look at. They did an amazing job. Ever since the FZ09, they took that machine and they just kept refining it. You know, the FZ01 or the FZ01 was a very good naked bike using the Yamaha R1 engine from the early 2000s. And that bike was amazing, and it had almost as much power as the R1. With an Ivan Jet kit, you could get that bike to be as fast as the R1. Now this thing, it's much more powerful than the early gen R1s. And it sounds much better, man. Yamahas always sound great. I don't know how to... What's GS mean? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to adjust the menu here, but so you can adjust the suspension, but I'm actually kind of confused about the suspension it has. But the suspension is incredible. I mean, it really soaks up a lot of these bumps on the road. 6th gear, it's just kind of idling at 2,000 RPMs. Now 5th gear, 4th gear. Yeah, beautiful engine. Normally I don't say that about engines, but Jesus Christ, this engine, as soon as you get on it, it just feels so smooth, but yet there's a little vibration and this very deep note. Yamaha, man, like, they really pay attention to the audio of things. They're very conscious of the exhaust note. You know, it's not because of the stock exhaust, it's not loud, but I love the hum it's making. I find this much better than the Tiger. It's also nice they gave us a adjustable windscreen. Look at that, now it's getting a lot of wind, and it is kind of hard to pull it up with one hand, but now it's up. Very easy to adjust, it's one hand adjustment. Alright, we're gonna turn right. Man, I love this engine. What an incredible engine this has got. You know, when I talk about having a bike that's got an agricultural engine, Yamaha has that in the Super Tenere and also in the Tenere 700. But on this bike, it's smooth and refined, much more than most bikes other than the 4 cylinders on sport bikes. Oh man, I love this bike, man. There's so many bikes I tried in this weekend that I would love to have. But you know, I think this motor is in the FJ09. You can get them for pretty good deals in the MT09 and the XT, XS, whatever. So this engine is put in a lot of bikes. And Yamaha, man, this is a gold mine. It's a diamond for Yamaha. This is the engine. This is the engine that I think people should get. Such a refined engine. I know I didn't really test out the cornering abilities, but I can imagine it's pretty fun on this. So smooth. Alright guys, that is the Tracer 09. That was a great little demo ride. I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.